Hey YouTube, today I'm going to be teaching you how to change the spark plugs in your Subaru, I was going to say Subaru BRZ, but Scion FR-S, an FA20. If you've got an FA20 in your car, this is the video for you. So first things first, you're going to locate the spark plugs, right? You've got some in here. Oh, sorry, the camera's not picking it up. They're in here, and the other ones are in here. You can kind of think you might be able to see the coil pack on this one a little bit better, but nah, that's all we're getting. So the first things first, you want to get your car up in the air. So if you have a hoist, this is going to be a lot easier for you. However, you can get away with doing it on ramps or jacks, maybe if you want to put it on jack stands, but you do have to get it up in the air to take the skid plate off. So you're going to need a 10mm and a 12mm for that, as well as a pry tool to take off the plastic push pins. Once that's off, you're going to look at the subframe. There's two 14mm bolts that hold in the motor mounts, right? This is where it gets a little bit tricky. So I've seen people put it on an engine crane and sort of lift it up. To me, what I did is I then lowered the vehicle after I undid the 14mm bolts and took the skid plate off, and I jacked it on the exhaust manifold, and I did it one side at a time, so the engine sort of lifts up like this, right? And it took me, I want to say, about an hour. It's not an easy job. If you don't know what you're doing, just pay somebody. I know a lot of guys who own these cars want to sort of work on it, and it's not worth it if you don't know what you're doing. Like, I've done tons of spark plugs before, and even this is probably the hardest set I've ever done. Most of it I've done on like inline engines, which is the easiest in the world. I mean, they're right in front of you, so anybody who has to watch a video on that probably shouldn't be working on their car. But yeah, so just remember, skid plate, then the motor mount bolts, they're 14mm, and then it's just reverse order, right? So to me, like I said, it took me about an hour. I didn't have to undo anything. All this stayed. I left it as is. I did not take anything apart other than what I just told you. Sorry I didn't do any sort of demonstration. I mean, it is what it is. This is what I did. I did jack it, like I said, from the exhaust manifold right where it meets the engine. It's the strongest point there. I don't know if Subaru recommends that. There are no bends or cracks or anything to my exhaust manifold. It's still fine. There's no leaks. But yeah, so I just did it, raised it up, changed the spark plugs. I didn't dilly-dally. Each set of spark plugs took me about 15 minutes. It's just, I think the lengthy process is just getting the tools, taking the skid plate off. I had a couple bolts that were a little bit stubborn. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.